If Tyler Perry truly is this visionary icon and his work is so important that he is the ultimate storyteller when it comes to telling black women stories, why hasn't any of the black women who he has hired been able to build tables or build other millionaires and billionaires? Because he can't. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What is going on, you all? Unfortunately, we have to talk about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is back in the chat and he is worse than ever. He is one of the biggest crimes against humanity. And you know what? I just need folks to know that. I just need people to know that. So Tyler Perry has released his new movie, Straw. And I really think Tyler Perry really believes that he is on his Jordan Peele situation where he can just have one word and just woo, like Jordan Peele. Nope. When people make memes of Jordan Peele's work, it's not in the same way that folks make memes of Tyler Perry's work. This was supposed to be a so-called story that is important to black women because Tyler Perry said that he is doing this for his black aunties and his black women in his family, and that this is important to him. He wants to represent them. After the question came of why are you always telling these very traumatic stories of black women going through some version of suffering? Why is it always you doing this? And it's because it's easy. It's very easy to create stories of black women suffering. It's not hard to imagine it because we see it so much, even when we don't want to realize it. So the argument of him being the only person in the writer's room writing these stories makes sense because the work speaks for itself. It's nothing special. Straw, the last straw. Oh my gosh, like we're blown away. So with this new movie, I haven't even seen it. I don't need to see it. For those who might argue you need to see this movie to understand this is different, it's not different. It's the same black woman trope, suffering, struggling, all of the things. Yes, it might be a twist at the end. I don't care about any of this. What I want to ask you all is if Tyler Perry is this influential person who can tell these stories, and he is so important to the culture because he gives black women jobs. The same person who is anti-union and doesn't hire union workers at his big studio that he built on top of the Confederate land in Georgia that is participating in the gentrification that is happening in Atlanta. Tyler Perry spins himself as, I built my own table. Why haven't the women, the black women that you have hired over the years been able to do the same thing? Because I'm glad Sherri Shepherd and Homegirl got a check. I'm happy for y'all. I'm glad that you all can now keep your $1 million status. Happy for you. What I'm concerned about is all of the black folks who make way less. I'm not concerned about you all. And I feel like that's what you all do not get. Sherri Shepherd and Taraji, you all are only concerned about yourselves and not the whole collective, which is why Taraji is flying to go see somebody who's fleeing America because of accusations that they have on themselves. The same Sherri Shepherd who is telling basically Megan Thee Stallion that she needs to cover up, that she needs to wear a girdle. Like, I'm not surprised that y'all are very selfish.
The same woman that not only told a black woman that she needs to be a better representation for other girls, that allowed a black man to use her platform to rehabilitate his reputation in the industry, like who has also been accused and we have saw him do things.
And y'all not thinking about the folks who make less than you all. Y'all are not thinking about them because the people who are making way less than you all cannot argue to be paid higher wages. They're just going to take what they can. And I guarantee you, there are a lot of people who work for Tyler Perry who deserve way more. Because if we are to understand how billionaires and millionaires exist to this level, because Tyler Perry is a whole organization, he is a multi-million-dollar company, corporation. It's built off the exploitation of others. Point blank, period. There's no way around it. We're talking about exploitation on a higher level. And he is selling trauma back to black folks. A black man who hasn't been poor or concerned about the cost of eggs or any of these things for years is telling us stories of someone going through this, someone going through poverty. I want to know, if you are so influential and you matter so much, the same person who is for Cop City in Atlanta, who has not used any of his resources to make Atlanta a better city. Because once again, y'all are being selfish. Atlanta is dealing with some of the worst climate change in the last couple of years as they build this multi-million-dollar over budget Cop City in Atlanta. You don't see Tyler Perry coming out. Tyler Perry is for the police. You want to know why he's pro-police? Because the stuff that matters to him is him protecting his table that he built on top of the Confederate land. The Confederate land that was almost given to you that you barely paid any taxes on. You're not special, Tyler Perry. You're not special. You are no different than the other whites, if we're being honest. That's what we need to start getting. The same way I talked about the black-owned restaurants. And if y'all are exploiting y'all workers, what makes you different? If you're still doing the same thing and doing it worse under the gaze of black excellence, then you're no better. You're actually worse. Because we're falling into this trap believing that you care about us because you look like us. And you don't. Tyler Perry has proven that time and time again. Again, I'm going to ask, and I'm going to continuously ask, if Tyler Perry is truly this person and that he is so influential, he is so important to whatever, why is there not another Tyler Perry? Why is there not another Tyler Perry that is a black woman who is able to benefit from the work that Tyler Perry has given them and the tools to now build another table? I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Perry had an organization or maybe even a charity that does some type of training or gives back to future writers and leaders in the black community. I would not be surprised if he had something like that. But if he is not able to produce another Tyler Perry, what does that say? If Tyler Perry isn't giving the keys to black female producers and black women to be able to build another table, what does that say about Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry has been successful going on 10 plus years now. He's been a millionaire, billionaire for 10 plus years. We've not seen that many black women benefit from Tyler Perry they are on their way to be the next Tyler Perry, because it's not possible. It's not possible. And the fact that you have these two black women doing the dirty work for you, cleaning up your mess, is disgusting. You are hiding behind these black women, Taraji and Sherri Shepherd. And you know what? I can't really even honestly be mad at them because they trying to eat. They eating a little too much, but they trying to eat. Like, they're trying to eat and they don't know any better. Like, they just don't know any better. Like, this man is giving me a job and they don't have the understanding to critique him because he is hiring them. So of course we don't expect a Taraji P Henson to speak on Tyler Perry in a critical way because this is the hand that feeds you. You're not going to say anything, and that's how it works. That's how the power dynamics keeps you to uplifting stuff like this. The same that has you flying to Bali to see Homeboy. Like, this is what y'all do. So I don't expect you to be the voice of reason for Tyler Perry when you work for him. Like, your bias is showing. Of course you're not going to be critical. Y'all getting in here crying. Taraji P Henson, we saw you cry and all the things during The Color Purple. And all of the stuff you were saying was very true. Tyler Perry benefits from that. He benefits from that because he's only giving y'all a little bit more. And it's not everybody. So if everybody ain't eating, what we doing? Yeah, you getting a couple more thousand, a couple more whatever. But what about the smaller folks? The ones that y'all don't see, that y'all will never see, that y'all have in y'all contracts, don't come next to you all. Like, what about them? What about the workers who are keeping Tyler Perry Studios going? Are they being paid a fair wage? I guarantee you they don't. Where are the other people who can work for Tyler Perry to develop their skills to go on to work for other folks or potentially build their own stuff? Because Tyler Perry is not interested in that. That is not his objective. But you all keep portraying him as he is the studio Jesus. The Tyler Perry Jesus, what y'all should be calling him at this point, because y'all are calling him the Messiah at this point. And the work that he's doing isn't really nothing that's important. Like, if we're talking about these stories, there's nothing different about these stories. These stories are the same stories. They're not challenging anything. They're not doing anything different, especially if we continuously see memes all across Facebook and Twitter and social media making fun of this said story that is supposed to be of a black woman going through trauma and pain, living in poverty and all these things. People are now using it to be funny. And yes, people do take moments out of a movie and turn it into a meme. We've seen that. But the way Tyler Perry's work gets put in this is way different than every other movie. And it's not because we're not educated. And I think that's what Tyler Perry is trying to say a lot of the times, is that, oh, y'all don't get it. Y'all too smart, or y'all too sophisticated to understand it. Yeah, we can watch some of the most ratchet stuff and some of the most quote unquote professional stuff. We are multidimensional. We can watch all of these things, but you are stuck in a box. And then the box, you are able to benefit off of the suffering of black women being portrayed. Some people made a comment about, well, y'all watch baddies and that's not a representation. Yeah, girl, people have critiqued baddies a couple times. We understand what baddies is. The same way with Jerry Springer and all the other stuff. What y'all are trying to say is Tyler Perry is better than that when he is in the same thing, if we're being honest. All of it's the same, to be honest. But people are trying to argue, including Tyler Perry, is that this is not what that is. We don't take your stuff serious because it's not serious. What is serious about it? The same over and over story. The same person who movies are famous for colorism, fat phobia, the same person who took advantage of Monique and still hasn't compensated Monique for that. The same person who took advantage of a fat black woman and participated in stuff that kept her from getting the most that she needed. So how are you the person to write movies and create work, sisters this, sister that, for black women, and then a black woman who was highly qualified for things you dismissed? So no, we can't trust you. And no, I won't be watching Straw. Matter of fact, you are the last straw. This was the last straw. I don't want to watch any Tyler Perry movie. I don't care what y'all are talking about. Yes, I'm happy Taraji got a check. I'm happy that Sherri Shepherd got a check. I'm happy that homegirl Teyana got a check. I'm happy that these folks got a check. But I'm thinking about the smaller folks who are not on the main screen, who are not getting these hundreds and thousands of dollars to play these roles and stuff. I'm thinking about the folks who are struggling, making it to Tyler Perry Studios and not being compensated because Tyler Perry wants to sit up in his studio and be Messiah Jesus or whatever while still being a billionaire. So again, I will ask, if Tyler Perry is this influential person and if he is the Messiah for black women in film, why has he not been able to make another black woman or put a black woman in a position to be where he is at or better? Ask yourself that and come back to me.